Halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction, and by Riverstone Bank, strong roots. And Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Kearney High School for the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. 8 games coming your way today on NCN Television. Doug Duda along with Todd Gatula. And what a boost for the economy of Kearney, but what a showcase for girls basketball in the state. Gino Martinez in Grand Island has done the Heartland Hoops Classic for a while, and now this girls basketball showcase is really catching some momentum.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch this thing grow. This is the 6th year of the tournament, 5th year in Kearney. Started out in Broken Bow with 6 teams. Now we're up to 8 games, so it's really grown in popularity and presence across the state.
And we have got schools from every class, D2 to Class A, and should be some great matchups today. Our first match is going to be between Arapahoe and Mullen, and we're going to get a chance to come back and take a look at some of the great players for both Arapahoe and Mullen right after this.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy. Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. And the big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
And time now for our starting lineups, brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And first off, for Arapahoe, number 1, 5'9" senior is Emma Strand. Number 3, a 5'4" sophomore, Soya Schaefer. Number 4 is a 5'9" senior, and Riley Tiedemann. Number 22, 5'4" sophomore, is Sutton Schaefer. And number 24 is 5'9" junior, Clara Hilker. The head coach is Preston Blackmore, assisted by Justin Stegmeyer. They are now 9-2 on the season. For Mullen, they come in with a record of 6-3, coached by Kay Dent, assisted by Callie Edis, Trisha Vest, and Stephen Dent. Number 14 is a 5'6" junior in Callie Laking. Number 15, a 5'8" sophomore, is Bryn McCulley. Number 22 is a 5'6" junior in Riley Heglin. Number 30, 5'8" senior, is Haley Donahoe. And number 31 is 5'9" sophomore in Jenna Donahoe. And those are the starting lineups, brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the key players coming into today's basketball game. And Todd, both of these teams have obviously solid players, or they wouldn't be winning games and they wouldn't be here in the showcase today.
Yeah, Arapahoe's got 3 good ones. Clara Hilker, a junior, averaging 14 points, 12 rebounds, and almost 3 steals a game. Had a season-high 22 against Blue Hill back in December, but balanced scoring for Arapahoe with 3 players in double-figure scoring.
And for Mullen, this is a team that's really balanced. They're only scoring 41 points a ball game, and their leading scorer is Haley Donahoe. She's a 5'8" senior. She gets 11 points and 9 rebounds per basketball game for the Mullen Broncos. And Haley looks to be a good matchup today for Hilker, and see how things play out. Our spotlight feature here of our players, brought to you by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. We're about ready to get our basketball game underway, and the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase here on News Channel Nebraska Television. And glad to be a part of it. I think this is going to be a great event, as we said in the open, anywhere from A to D2, and that's what you've got right here. And we talk about what's up there for Mullen. They may be coming in with 3 losses, but those 3 losses are to undefeated Ogallala, who's here later today, Class C2 Valentine, who is now 8-4 on the season, and a close loss to Anselmo Myrna. So most everybody they play is up, because there's just not as much competition in the Sandhills of the state of Nebraska.
Also coming off a good win this week over Brady, a 9-2 Brady team, 50-45. So that's a nice little signature win heading into this today.
All right, let's get things underway. The 2026 Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase is underway, and Mullen will be the home team, and they will get the opening tap here. And it looks like Arapahoe wants to come out and maybe match up early on here as they work it around the perimeter here. And this early in the morning, Mullen did come in last night talking to Coach Dent about coming in and practicing over at UNK and having a little fun. The first shot of the ball game is no good, though, and Tiedemann will bring down the rebound for Arapahoe, and they're going to waste no time firing up the three-pointer, and knocking down the three-pointer is Sawyer Schaefer.
Yeah, nice shot there from the right wing.
Little pressure here from Arapahoe, and this is what Mullen's going to have to handle here. Mullen has had a lot of success. Arapahoe has really made some moves here the last couple of years in the RPAC conference, but you just don't see quite as much pressure. Ogallala would have pressured him really, really good. That's going to be the team that gave him the best to start the season, and Arapahoe will get the steal here on the Mullen turnover, trying to go coast to coast, and finishing is Schaefer.
Boy, nice finish there. Get the turnover on the other end, and Schaefer comes right back for an easy one.
Get a foul here, though, on the fast break the other way. Our first foul of the basketball game.
You know, interesting, Arapahoe's in a zone defense in the half court, but full pressure, full court. So a little bit of man-to-man, full quarter zone press, then back into that zone.
So good start here, Arapahoe 5-0. You always want to get a good start in every game, but when you come over today, you're worried about, are they ready to go? And talking with Coach Blackmore of Arapahoe, he said, yeah, we got out of town about 6:30. Music, girls were up. Everybody was on time. We were ready to go. And Haley Donahoe with the first point of the ball game for Mullen. The second one is in and out, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Clara Hilker, again averaging the double-double here for Arapahoe. Long three-pointer is good, and a great start here. Sutton Schaefer back-to-back buckets, and 2 for 2 from distance for Arapahoe, and they have built themselves an early 7-point lead against the Broncos, who throw it away for the second time And Schaefer driving in, draws some contact, throws up the off-balance jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, kicks back out. Driving in will be Sawyer. She'll put it off the window and in. So the Schaefers have scored all the points so far in the ball game, and we will get a timeout here from Mullen. A lot of ball game left, but what a start here by Arapahoe, Todd.
Yeah, real fast start. You got to like that if you're Arapahoe coming out and hitting a three early and a couple easy ones in the paint.
Let's take a look at how things got going here. Drive, put it off the window, and Schaefer giving Arapahoe a 10-1 lead. This is the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Fair. Save the date, July 22nd through the 27th for the Buffalo County Fair in Kearney. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcasters.
Doug Duda, Todd Yatula back with you here for today's Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. And a quick start, we do want to give a shout out to the officials and new crew every single game because you can only get yelled at so long. Chad Gillespie, Chris Marachik, Nate Bell have the first game here. And Arapahoe right back after him. Dives on the loose ball but can't control it, so it'll stay here with Mullen. And you have to figure the shots are going to come here, but with Arapahoe not missing so far, Todd, hard to keep up. Mullen's just got to settle down here and get that first bucket of the ball game. And we're going to get a reach-in foul. You're going to see a lot of that, too. Sawyer Schaefer with the foul. And Arapahoe's not going to worry too much about foul problems with a little bit of depth over there on the bench, although not a ton. You take a look at the bench over there, a couple kids that are sitting on the sidelines like Tatum Roskip. Off the inbounds, Mullen drives right side and gets the layup with McCulley. So Bryn McCulley with the first field goal of the ball game here for Mullen, and it's 10-3. See if they can get anything done here defensively, but Schaefer drives in, wide open lane, and no problem for Sawyer, who's already got 7 points here in the first quarter. Mullen says, let's go with a little transition offense here, and a double dribble going to be called. That's the third turnover early on here for the Broncos.
Well, you can really see that pressure has Mullen a little flustered here early, but at the same point, Arapahoe with a really good ball movement, just able to get both the deep three and to the rim also.
You know, not really a true post player for either one of these teams. The two gals we talked about as our players to watch who are averaging double-digit rebounds basically are still only 5'9" as they try to lob it in. And a nice takeaway from Donahoe, Arapahoe's first turnover of the basketball game, and Mullen has a 3-on-2, but the bounce pass gets away from Donahoe and out of bounds. So far, Arapahoe really hadn't had to run a set offensive play, and on the first chance that they do, they come up a little short.
Well, they work quick to get a shot off and get a bucket. They don't show a lot of patience, but really good ball movement from Arapahoe.
Yeah, Arapahoe averages about 10 more points per game on the offense than Mullen does, as they keep it around the three-point arc. Schaefer already off to a good start, drives. Ooh, and a foul going to be called there. A lot of basketball, but there were two players going after it. And the foul will be called on Riley Hegland. Non-shooting foul. And checking into the ball game here for the Warriors will be Tidyman again. So Tidyman comes in. They were double checking to see that they had the right person with the foul, and they did. So here we go. Off the inbound, Tidyman wide open, and Arapahoe is running everything to perfection right now, it seems like, Todd. Pull-up jumper, Donahoe won't go. Rebound brought down by Arapahoe, and they're going to continue to push the pace here off the Gooden board underneath for another layup. And Arapahoe, maybe schedule them another game already, Todd. What a start here. Hilker with her first bucket of the ball game. This is a little better than anything else they've done this year. Three-pointer on the way. First attempt for Mullen from distance, no good. Donahoe, no. Second, Donahoe, yes. So Jenna able to get in there and get the offensive putback.
Nice putback to stick with it, get that offensive rebound for the easy putback.
All right, Arapahoe up by 11 points right now and have shown no signs of slowing down. Only one stop so far by Mullen. Good crossover into the double team, and another foul going to be called here. We got a couple of free throws, and anytime you can split that double team, usually good things are going to happen for you. The foul called on Mullen's Jenna Donahoe. That'll be her first. And at the line, Sutton Schaefer. She's got a 2, she's got a 3, and now she's got a 1. 6 points for her in the ball game.
Sutton averaging 12.7 points per game this year. Nice average for sophomore.
Our first quarter on NCN is brought to you by John Henry's, Our Family, serving yours at John Henry. Second free throw won't go, and the rebound brought down by Donahoe, and a reach-in foul in the backcourt. Trying to get the steal. Foul going to be called on Sawyer Schaefer, and that's her second. See on the replay and the reach in there. Our replay is brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. Big day of basketball here on NCN. 8 games. As the pull-up jumper by Donahoe won't go. Fighting for the offensive board. It's going to be grabbed there by Licking. And a reset here for another 3. Donahoe on the way. It hits the front of the iron. No good. And the rebound brought down by Hilker. The next game up today will be Alma and Thayer Central, a pair of 10-1 teams. And it just keeps going. Later today, Millard North and Pender, kind of one of the marquee matchups as a turnover here for Arapahoe. And we all know, going way back to the Bellevue West Ravenna matchup in 2006, you always like to see the bigger school accept the challenge of the smaller school. And Pender, who'd won back-to-back D1 titles, is now in C2, and they're going to get their crack today at Class A as Mullen turns it over again, and it results in points for Tiedemann. So Tiedemann knocks it home, and it is 19-5 here in the first quarter. Mullen trying to keep up with the pace, but this is not the pace they want, Todd. This is too much for them right now with Arapahoe.
No, when they've been able to slow it down and break that full court pressure, they're getting some good shots on the offensive end. It's just handling that pressure in between the lines where they've really held them back a little bit to start.
The foul on Strand, and the free throw is up and in for Jenna Donahoe. Sometimes you feel like they're just piranha out there. They're coming after you so quick and from all directions. The younger of the two Donahoes will go 1 or 2 at the line. Almost had the offensive rebound, but it slides out of there to Claire Gooden. And Arapahoe will push the ball up the floor. Stutter dribble on the right wing. Already up 19-6. They've hit both threes that they've attempted. This might be the most time that's come off the shot clock on a possession, and there's another three-pointer almost banked in from Gooden. Ball will be run down to the right-hand corner, though, by Hilker, and another three-pointer on the way, Schaefer, and missing back-to-back threes, and a long rebound comes out to Hegland. And that's one thing, if you're a little bit shorter, you miss those threes, you're going to get longer rebounds, giving you a chance. What a threading of the needle pass, but can't finish for the Broncos, and the rebound brought down by Emma Strand. Arapahoe wasting no time. You think we'll have a shot clock violation at all today in this one? Sure doesn't look like it. Another three. Schaefer, good. Sutton already with 9 points here in the first quarter of play. Arapahoe, they're almost halfway to their season average, 22 points. And boy, Coach Blackmore says, let's schedule more 8:50 games. Good drive off the right side. Jenna Donahoe starting to warm up a little bit here for the Broncos. So we get a lot of game left. You never know how these things are going to play out, but Arapahoe off to such a good start here. Shooting over 70% from the field in the first quarter. Mullen trying to pick up the defensive intensity here a little bit. Punched away by McCulley, but they're able to pick the basketball back up. Schaefer, stutter dribble, steps around and scores. Boy, oh boy, big girl play there. Sutton Schaefer. And she has taken over this basketball game for the Warriors of Arapahoe. Now Mullen has numbers as they break the press. Kick it out on the wing, back up top for the three-pointer. Hegland, no. Long rebound, though, comes out into the corner, and McCulley will grab it, trying to go baseline. Lost the basketball. 6 turnovers now for Mullen here in the basketball game. And the outlet pass going to be tipped away, and Arapahoe will give it right back. And the Broncos will go to the bench here, bring Chloe Newman into the contest.
Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but Sutton Schaefer with 11 already for Arapahoe. You know, her season high is 21 here just a couple weeks ago. She's halfway to that season high.
And you're doing that in a showcase game here in Kearney. Timeout on the floor. It's Arapahoe 24, Mullen 8 on News Channel Nebraska.
Spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Official Chad Gillespie talking to head coach Preston Blackmore. As Arapahoe will put on full court defense here and continue to pressure Mullen as they are down by 16. Get across the timeline. Donahoe gets out of there. That will give Mullen an opening for a 3 on the right wing, but it's off the mark. And another rebound here for Sutton Schaefer. Schaefer with the crossover will push the ball across the timeline. Give it off at the last minute for the layup. Clara Hilker, beautiful assist. 26 points in the first quarter for the Warriors. And the baseball pass for Mullen over everybody's head and out of bounds. Do want to remind everyone, at the conclusion of each and every game, there will be a Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase Player of the Game. And we'll get a chance to talk with that Player of the Game and victorious coach. And a lot more coming up throughout the ball game. Doug Duda, Todd Gatula, our producer engineer Danny Alvarado, Brandon Axman is here, and a great crew of camera men and women around the arena. And a travel will allow Mullen to get the last possession of the first quarter of play. See if they can throw something in, at least have a good feeling going to the bench at the end of this quarter. Throw it into the backcourt here for Hegland. Hegland has it knocked away, and the shot will be blocked by Hegland, and that is the end of the first quarter of play. 8 turnovers for Mullen, 3 threes for Arapahoe, and the Warriors looking for their 10th win of the season. 26 points, that's half of the 51 they average per game. They're red hot to start game 1 of the Girls Basketball Showcase.
For the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Wolf Auto with locations in Ogallala, Imperial, and Alliance, and by T&K Tire in Ogallala, locally owned and operated.
Game 1 of the day, Tug Duda and Todd Gatula. We mentioned Alma Thayer Central. Then about 12:10, it's Oakland Craig against Cross County. The matchup between Millard North and Pender is at 1:50. Then we'll get into the second half. Event organizer Kelly Cooksley will be coaching his Broken Bow Lady Indians, who had a nice win against Valentine last night against Fort Calhoun. 5:10, it's Ogallala Milford, Malcolm Central City at 6:50, and we wrap up tonight with Kearney taking on Gothenburg at around 8:30. All right, Arapahoe's up 26-8, and already 11 points for Sutton Schaefer here for the Warriors, and they actually turned the basketball over for the 5th time. Mullen looks like they're going to be courteous and almost and give the basketball back. So it's not just in the backcourt, but they're pressuring pretty good in the half-court defensively too. Driving Schaefer off the window, no good. Rebound brought down here by Donahoe. That'll be her second. Arapahoe winning the battle of the boards in the first quarter as well. And look at Arapahoe just getting aggressive until more fouls are called, and they're not fouling. That's turnover number 10 for Mullen, coming down a little out of control, shot no good. And Donahoe will wrap that rebound up. And Mullen now slows it down. This is what they want to do. They'll take you advantage and get you in transition, but they want to play more of a half-court game. And we got a couple of those matchups today. That last one between Kearney and Gothenburg going to be like that. Gothenburg's going to want to score 60, and Kearney's going to want to hold him to 25 or 30. That'll be an interesting one to end the game. Into Donahoe, but the shot's blocked from behind. Good job over there by Emma Strand. And again, the ball belongs to the Warriors in the black unis with blue trim. Kick up for three. Can she block it and score it? No, Strand no good. And the rebound brought down here by Riley Hegland. Fast break. Donahoe up the floor to Licking. Licking has it knocked out of her hands.
Mullen starting this quarter out, maybe a little more in the flow of the game, handling some of that pressure just a little better, at least for the first couple minutes to start this quarter.
Jenna Donahoe leads the way for Mullen. She has 5 of their 8 points in the first quarter. A rare inbounds play. Haven't had the play stop that much. They get it down to the post, and it's stripped away from Newman. And the turnovers just continue to mount here for Mullen, and that is one of the stories of the game. And they're going to get a steal right back. Nice way of stepping in front of the pass by Donahoe, but can't get up the floor like Arapahoe does on their steals. Still stuck in the backcourt and just break the 10-second line with a second to spare. So it'll be Jenna Donahoe over on the left wing here to Riley Hegland. Setting in a 2-3 zone, long three, doesn't get there for Donahoe and out of bounds. 0 of 4 from downtown for Mullen, 3 of 6 for Arapahoe so far in this basketball game.
Arapahoe sticking with that zone defense here once the pressure falls off. Mullen's been doing a nice job of getting to the high post the last couple possessions until that last one for the long three.
Well, Mullen's going to have to do a really good job of hitting the boards here because Arapahoe, you have to think, can't keep this frantic pace up of shooting 70%. And we're going to get a foul. Getting her on the arm is going to be Kelly Licking.
We went from 34 points in the first quarter between the two teams, and now we're a couple minutes in and don't have a bucket yet. So the pace hasn't slowed, but the scoring has.
Well, Arapahoe looking for their first state tournament bid since these seniors were in preschool. They haven't been to state since 2014. They went back-to-back years, but they haven't won a state tournament game since 2008 when they finished 4th. Three-pointer on the wing, doesn't draw iron. And then Mullen grabbed the basketball and stepped out of bounds, just kind of forgetting where they were trying to grab it. There was Newman. And Arapahoe will get another opportunity here underneath their own hoop. Next game, they will honor Laura Teachin. She is the Alumni Player of the Year. Went to Byron High School, which is now part of the Thayer Central. And then later on tonight, Tom Taverdi will be honored as the Alumni Coach of the Year in the Gothenburg-Kearney game. And Sutton Schaefer drives and scores again. She's got 13. Of course, Coach Taverdi with most of his recognition when he was at Seward. We've got a scrum, and it's going to be picked up by Donahoe. She is triple teamed, somehow gets it off the glass and scores the first field goal of the game for Haley Donahoe, who averages 11 points and 9 rebounds a contest, and it's 28-10. Each team finally able to get on the board here in the second quarter. Off the screen, coming in hard, good dish, and boy, they just moving the ball well on the assist. Couldn't. It'll be Clara Hilker with her 6th point of the basketball game, 30-10 in favor of Arapahoe. Spread the floor a little bit here for Mullen, 4 out, 1 in. High post, looking for the cutter there. They get it underneath to Donahoe, and 1. Again, if they can get this as their tempo, they're going to have a lot more success. They just haven't had many opportunities for a quiet half-court set.
That's a great way to break that zone press. You see there the bucket. But Arapahoe falls into that zone. If you can get that ball into the high post and turn and dump it underneath, lots of options there.
And the free throw off the back of their iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Tittyman. And here comes Arapahoe with a little too much pressure. The foul going to be called on Chloe Newman. Second quarter action here of the girls basketball showcase on News Channel Nebraska Television is brought to you by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. O Street Carpet Maybe got a little Christmas money and going to do some remodeling of the house. There's your chance. O Street Carpet going to help you out. 30-12, Arapahoe on top and looking to just continue to build that lead. Schaefer on the right wing. Kick it back out top. Long three from Sutton, and it is nothing but net. Her third three of the ball game. Committing to UNK right away, right? Maybe transferring to Kearney. I don't know, but she loves this gym. And Donahoe with the basketball. Kick it out for Jenna. She'll try to answer. It won't go. Rebound. Fighting for it. Arapahoe comes out of there with the basketball. And Hilker. And we are going to get a carry as they come across. Did he call over and back? Carry doesn't matter. It's going to be a turnover here on Arapahoe. That'll be their 7th of the basketball game. But sometimes at that pace, Todd, it doesn't matter. You might have a few more turnovers. You don't want them, but you know they're benefiting on transition and layups and fast breaks more than the turnovers are hurting them right now.
Well, time your coaches say, we'll take that aggressive turnover all day long.
And we're going to get a jump ball. The arrow pointing the way of Mullen, so they'll maintain possession. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, stay tuned for our halftime highlights brought to you by Sauter Heyman Jewelers as we take a look at how Arapahoe has just gotten crazy good here in the first half.
When you watch Arapahoe's offense, one of the things you see is really good court spacing. That's hard a lot of times in high school basketball and even women's basketball at the high school level a lot of times. But they're so good at spreading the floor, keeping spacing between each other to get those open looks.
Reach-in foul going to be called here on the Broncos. It'll go against Heglin. That'll be her third foul of the quarter. 3:05 remaining here in quarter number 2. Arapahoe jumped out 26-8 at the end of the first quarter. They've now taken it out to a 21-point lead. Kick in the corner, Schaefer for 3. It's off the iron this time. Backside rebound, though. Grabbed there by Titteman. She'll kick it out. 3-pointer, no good. Rebound brought down by Heglin. Up the floor, a little room here. Contact wrap around. Donahoe's covered. We're going to get another jump ball. And the arrow pointing the way of Arapahoe. 12 turnovers in the ball game for Mullen. Our replay brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close. And Arapahoe's going to talk it over a little bit here. See if they can get set up in the half court. So timeout on the floor. Game 1 of 8 of the 2026 Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase at Kearney High. You're watching it all on News Channel Nebraska.
The race is on, and Speedy Mart at 5018 South Lincoln Avenue in York is your pit stop for victory. With 12 gas pumps, plus diesel and DEF for semis, showers and laundry for the public, and a new sales floor packed with more snacks than ever, we'll keep you fueled and fresh. Hungry? Grab a slice at our Valentino's Express Pizza. Cross the finish line with a smile, because at Speedy Mart, every stop takes first place.
.240 to go here in the first half. Arapahoe in control of game number 1 from the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. 33-22. We were talking about Arapahoe's state tournament history from Mullen. They made it 3 straight years from 19 to 21 and had some success. Got to see BDS a couple of times, but 3rd place in 2021, 4th place in 2020. As Arapahoe will turn it over here, and Mullen gets a chance to try and cut into this lead. Donahoe in the paint. She's really the only one that's had much success. Rotated around the perimeter. She'll take the free throw line jumper. No good. And the rebound comes out long to Hilker. She's got 5 boards here unofficially in the first quarter. Up the floor on the right side, Arapahoe. Hand off on the curl screen. Scoop shot no good. Getting a little more physical, Donahoe. You can just see maybe as this game is going on, Mullen knows they got to take the grit up a little bit more, which is never usually a problem, but you can see him just like that on that rebound there, getting right after it. Now they need to find a way to convert on the offensive side of things. Skip pass over to Hegland. And when she gets tripped, we're going to have a foul called here on Gooden. That'll be her first of the basketball game. Don't forget all the halftime stats, all the halftime highlights, the halftime show brought to you by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction located in Kearney and Lincoln. And that's where we are at today in Kearney for the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. And the jumper is good by Bryn McCullough. Just the second player to score in the second quarter here for Mullen. And now they're going to put some pressure on. And it bothers Arapahoe a little bit, but they throw over the top of it, get it into the front court. Look down low for Hilker. She's covered by Donahoe in our player feature matchup down low. 90 seconds to go. Clearing things out, Schaefer. Little jumper comes up short, and Donahoe will get the loose basketball here for Mullen. Back to the left elbow. Kick it back out top for the three-pointer, and Hilker off the iron, no good. Another offensive rebound. Strand gets bumped, kicks it back to her, and she'll score. Very impressive the way that Arapahoe is moving the basketball around right now. Outstanding job.
So active, aggressive on the boards, just everything you want to see in a half-court offense.
So Strand with her first bucket of the ball game. Trying to add the and one, doesn't go, and Jenna Donahoe will bring it down. 35-14 Arapahoe. Donahoe's ahead at the other end, and we should get a blocking foul, and we do, on Hilker. Arapahoe fans didn't like it, looked like the right call, and a couple of free throws coming up here for Haley Donahoe. As you see it on the replay. But it's just good hustle. Oh, they're not going to call shots. All right. And Mullen will take it out of the baseline. Need to get a little something going here. Maybe grab a couple before the halftime buzzer. It's no good. Put back by Donahoe is no good. Ball goes out of bounds off of Mullen. So a tough test here for the Broncos. Full of maybe more famous people in the town that size than anybody in Nebraska. As Donahoe makes the steal, comes in and finishes. Jenna Donahoe able to convert off the Arapahoe turnover. And then another turnover by Arapahoe coming up the sideline, back to back. And again, I know it's a big chasm here. It seems like the Grand Canyon, but if you can get a couple here, make a little maybe 4-6 point run by the end of the quarter, at least give yourself some hope moving into the second half. Got 5-second differential here between the shot and the game clock before halftime. Nowhere to go. McCulley kicks it back out top. Looks like Mullen won't get the 2-for-1. Here's the three-pointer. Hegland no good. And the rebound off the miss will go out of bounds. And so another chance here for Mullen. This is the first time we've even seen a chink in the Arapahoe armor, Todd.
Yeah, it's been a little uncomfortable, it looks like, here the last couple possessions. And like you said, if Mullen can get a bucket or two, want to chip away kind of 5 points at a time if you can.
And Mullen's going to have to find some help from someone not named Donahoe. And the three-pointer looking was open, no good. Offensive rebound thrown back up. Hegland, no good. And finally they'll come out of there with it. Arapahoe, plenty of time. Schaefer drives in, throws up a wild shot, partially blocked in there by McCulley. Grabbed at half court, and the shot at the buzzer on the run won't go, but at least heads up knowing that they had to chuck that ball towards the rim. Well, it was a 16-3 start for Arapahoe, and they have done nothing but keep the foot on the gas, although our scoring slowed down a little bit. It was 26-8 at the end of one quarter of play, and we have reached halftime. Arapahoe 35 and Mullen 16 inside and outside. Sutton Schaefer, there's 3 of her game high, 16 points. This is the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on News Channel Nebraska Television. We're back with our RMV halftime show in a moment.
Fire ring. My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
The halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction, and by Riverstone Bank, strong roots, local people, powerful capabilities. NCN Sports is brought to you by Hebron Central Market, your locally owned grocery store in Hebron, a proud supporter of the Titans. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Fuel your journey by starting at a Speedy Mart store near you. From the small communities in Nebraska to the larger cities, the staff at Speedy Marts are ready to serve you with food, fuel, and rewards. Save 5 cents per gallon with the Fuel Your Journey fill-up plus additional bonus savings. Download the app for mobile pay, offering customers the highest quality branded food and treats, fresh, ready, and convenient. Check out SpeedyMart.com for locations and job opportunities.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Okay, we've got all kinds of fun things going on here. We got hockey. Tri-City Storm got a win last night. There's even hockey tonight, but there's going to be half-court shots. There's going to be hockey shots. There's something for all the fans. You any good at hockey, Todd? I mean, you worked with the Storm for a number of years.
I worked there 5 years, and it took me 4 to learn to skate. So
you're a big dude. It's not as easy for some of us.
It's not made for tall guys, for sure.
No doubt about it. Well, let's take a look at the halftime score. It's Arapahoe 35, Mullen 16. Teams coming from all over the state, including a couple from out in the Mountain Time Zone. And for our schools, let's go ahead and take a look where they're located. If you're not familiar with them, there's all the teams. And you can see Mullen out in the Nebraska Sandhills. It's about a 3-hour trip from Kearney, depending on how fast you really want to get there. We've made it quicker than that in some of our travels out to Mullen. Arapahoe, about an hour 15 from Kearney, as you see them down there. They're a member of the RPAC conference, and Arapahoe leading it here at halftime. But you see them from all over the state, Ogallala to Pender, down to Thayer Central and Hebron. And again, thanks to some of the teams that are coming from east, like Oakland Craig and Fort Calhoun and Millard North, making the agreement here out of Class A. 16 teams, 8 games today, and you can see the matchups there on your screen. Some of the early ones are ones that you would see during the regular season, but Millard North Pender and Gothenburg Kearney, a couple of different ones. And, you know, that Ogallala-Milford matchup and that Malcolm Central City matchup, probably going to see all of those teams at the state tournament, and so this could be the first of 2 matchups for those squads.
Yeah, that's one of the goals of this tournament, organizers, Kelly Cooksley and others, to bring in teams that maybe this region doesn't get to see very often. Obviously, some matchups of teams that don't often get to play. But then more than that, you're trying to bring in some of the best teams in the state that are rated and looking to get down there to Lincoln to the state tournament and make some noise in March.
All right, let's take a look at these teams, an opportunity to see some of the teams and the pictures provided of their teams, and they hope to use maybe some of these to go ahead and put these pictures in the programs down at state. You can see on your television monitor another one of the games. It's blindfold somebody and find it, and she's right next to the prize there, and the crowd trying to yell at her what to do. And so they finally got her on the ground, trying to get her to turn around and grab that envelope. You think she's going to get to it in time? She's got to turn around. She's got to turn around. I think she's going to hit it. There it is.
Nice.
There's your Mullen Broncos. Again, not a full 20 girls on the squad, but one of the smaller schools in Class D2. And they have always been good at athletics, no matter what they do. And there are your 20, 25, 26 Mullen Broncos, the home team today. And for Arapahoe, they're taking a look at their Warrior team here that's up by 19 at the half. And we can go ahead and take a quick look at some of our stats. First off, for Mullen, we have Bryn McCulley with 4 points. We have 5 points in the game for Haley Donahoe and 7 points in the game for Jenna Donahoe. And so that is all 16 of their points. And Todd, as I said right before the break here, they've got to find somebody besides the Donahoe girls that can score for them. And right now they're just not getting that many shot attempts. So Licking and Hegland have put up a couple, just haven't been able to get them to go.
Yeah, I think when you're down 19 like you are right now at this stage, you got to appreciate the fact if you're a Mullen that you're able to kind of keep things a little more even. They just got outscored there by 1, I believe, on the second quarter. They can come back. You just want to chip away kind of 5-6 points at a time. If you can get that 19 down to 10 by the end of the third quarter, you should be happy with that. If better, even better. But then head into the fourth down 10 and continue to chip away and see if you can get back into it that way. Mullen was able to make some stops and make Arapahoe a little uncomfortable there for a couple of stretches and create some of its own turnovers. If they can just convert at the other end with some buckets, then they're back in the ball game.
For Arapahoe, Emma Strand, 2 points. Chloe Goodman, 2. Sawyer Schaefer, 7, all in the first quarter. Riley Tideman has 2. Leading the way, Sutton Schaefer with 16 and Clara Hilker with 6. 4 of 11 from three-point land as we get ready to take a look at some of our halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Appreciate Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, and a lot of highlights coming up for Arapahoe. And they started by hitting their first 2 threes of the ball game. And Sutton Schaefer has already hit 3 threes in the ball game. One of them right there to help build a 16-3 lead early on. And driving to the basket, Sawyer Schaefer. Sutton and Sawyer got him off to a great start with, I believe, the first 13 points of the basketball game. Put some pressure on, forcing some Mullen turnovers. But here is the 1 of 2 buckets from Bryn McCulley, the only other player to score besides the Donahoe girls. And Haley knocking one down there. But just good ball movement, good passing. Hilker, one of her 3 buckets in the first half for Arapahoe. Good work on the boards there, and the putback by Jenna Donahoe. And that brings us to where we are here at halftime. Off the steal from Emma Strand. Another great assist and feed underneath with your score. Arapahoe on top by a score of 35-16, making them from everywhere. Our halftime highlights brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Mullen can score. They just haven't scored as much as Arapahoe, with another sweet step through there by Sutton Schaefer. We'll take a break. Be back with more as we get close and ready for the second half action right after this.
The halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction, and by Riverstone Bank, strong roots, local people, powerful capabilities. NCN Sports is brought to you by Hebron Central Market, your locally owned grocery store in Hebron, a proud supporter of the Titans. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Fuel your journey by starting at a Speedy Mart store near you. From the small communities in Nebraska to the larger cities, the staff at Speedy Marts are ready to serve you with food, fuel, and rewards. Save 5 cents per gallon with the Fuel Your Journey fill-up plus additional bonus savings. Download the app for mobile pay, offering customers the highest quality branded food and treats, fresh, ready, and convenient. Check out SpeedyMart.com for locations and job opportunities.
Our NCN halftime show is brought to you by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. Today we're featuring the Nebraska Department of Transportation's brand new regional maintenance facility built by RMV Construction. The Nebraska Department of Transportation has trusted RMV Construction to build projects across the state in Kearney, Burwell, and McCook. RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven, with offices in Kearney and Lincoln. We get things underway here right away with a Donahoe jumper to get things started in the second half for the Mullen Broncos. Doug Duda along with Todd Gatula here at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. And Mullen's going to get right after, put some pressure on, but foul to get things going, and that'll be the 3rd foul on Kelly Licking. So, Todd, as we get this, you talked about getting the lead whittled down a little bit. What does Mullen have to do that?
I think obviously has handled the pressure the Arapahoe's been putting on full court. And if they can break that press and get into their half-court offense. They've proven to be able to get some buckets.
Well, and as we said, eventually Arapahoe's going to miss some shots, and there they missed a couple inside. And Mullen's got a chance to answer back. A three for Donahoe, just can't get it to go. They're 0 of 8 from downtown here in the first half, and now add one in the second half. 4 of 11 for Arapahoe. Baseline jumper, Donahoe no good. Collision, rebound brought down by Emma Strand. And again, overplaying the basketball. Mullen will get the steal. Donahoe steps in front. Great play there, and that was without numbers. That's like a shorthanded goal, isn't it? You're picking that one off when they had numbers on the Arapahoe side. Licking, got it. Bryn McCulley knocking it down, 35-20. So at least a little start here for Mullen. And Arapahoe turns it over again, and we'll see what Coach Blackmore wants to do, because this is not the start he was looking for. This is perfect for Mullen. Chance to add on again.
Mullen coming out with a little bit of pressure on its own, both in the half court and full court.
And can't afford that, though. Those unforced turnovers, yes, there's some pressure, but it's a simple lob or bounce pass, and it seems simple for all of us that are standing up here with a headset on, and you get down on the floor, we know what it was like playing. It's just like, oh, why did I throw it so far? But Mullen with the turnover. 13 turnovers for Mullen, 12 now for Arapahoe. It seems like there's a bigger discrepancy. It's just that Arapahoe's scoring off of most of them, and the layup is good by Tiedemann. Second bucket of the ball game for Riley. So Tiedemann knocks it down. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. I've been told two different pronunciations. Drive baseline. Donahoe now has 9 points in rhythm, 37-22. Pressure on in the backcourt. See how Arapahoe handles that, and can they score off of it? Pushing it up Schaefer. Both the Schaefer girls show that they have no problem taking it to the bucket, but forced into a half-court set. So a different look in the first 2 minutes here, but Schaefer still drives, puts it up too strong. Ball's going to be tipped out of bounds off of Hilker. And Mullen's just got to keeping on. Can't play even. Got to be able to score here when you're getting the stops. And it started that way here in the second half for the Broncos. Maybe just a little bit more relaxed now that they've settled in here after that devastating first quarter. A bump and just throwing it up to avoid the travel. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Mullen. We are here at Kearney High all day long. Follow us along on social media. We're up on all the platforms, and especially up on X today with plenty of updates on what's going on at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. It'll be Hegland on the inbound, swinging it over to McCulley. Bounce pass, kicked. And we'll reset the shot clock to 20. You like the shot clock, Todd? Something new here in high school basketball the last couple years?
Love it. Now all the initial, controversy's gone. I think most people have accepted it and come to see it as an improvement to the game.
Good pass, Donahoe to Donahoe, but cannot finish. The killers on both teams, but she stays with it. Jenna comes out of there and grabs the rebound and kicks it out for the first three of the ball game for Riley Hegland, her first bucket of the ball game. And the inbounds pass nearly stolen away again. 12 points. This is as close as we've been since the first quarter. And Arapahoe now has to take a breath and break this pressure. Schaefer up on the right side. Sawyer all the way to the wing, stops. Maybe even a little more of a box and one here on Sutton, but Sutton just weaves her way through the maze and scores again. 18 points now for Sutton Schaefer, all 5'4", the sophomore, having herself a great game. Now it's stolen away by Sawyer, and she'll put it up and in. And that gives kind of Arapahoe what they needed after the slow start to the quarter. And Mullen's going to jump on it and get a timeout called here with 4:33 to go in this third quarter of play, brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of pain, not just the symptoms, at Husker Rehab. This is the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase on NCN.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
And welcome back to high school basketball on NCN. Special edition on this Saturday with much more coming up. I know we're also going to throw some wrestling your way. Columbus and Norfolk Tuesday night. We've got the Nebraska girls duels up in Norfolk later this month. And Mullen out of the timeout has it stolen away again. And the layup by Sawyer Schaefer. And the lead back to 18, Todd. So 6 in a row here for Arapahoe. Donahoe gets it underneath. Shot blocked, but a foul going to be called on Emma Strand. Just that quickly, Arapahoe erases kind of what Mullen had put together in the first 3 minutes.
I was just going to say it doesn't take long. Blink once, and they score twice on you, and they can just really put points up quick.
And the first free throw for Donahoe, already 4 in the quarter. Can't get that one to go. As you see the contact down low. Second free throw on the way, and it bounces off the rim. No good, but clearly out of bounds off of Arapahoe, but they're going to give the basketball to Arapahoe. Maybe next year we can get a team a little bit farther down in southeast Nebraska to bring, the legend Randy Catula up here to the girls basketball showcase. Many people know him. That's why I giggled when we talked about the shot clock, you being from Auburn. I would have thought they never wanted a shot clock down there with Weeksy. Good to see dads up and watching the broadcast today as well. All right, inbounds pass, and the shot going to bounce around and in for Emma Strand. And the lead up to 20. So it's 45-25, an 8-0 run here by Arapahoe midway through the third quarter of play. And a little too much contact here, trying to force McCulley off of her step. Foul on Gooden will be her second. That's the first foul, second foul of the quarter on the Warriors. Arapahoe coming in at 9-2, as you can see, ranked 8th. Mullen setting at 6-3 on the season. And I believe that 3 is the most losses of any of the 16 teams in today's action. Travel called on Mullen.
As you mentioned in the pregame show, that record a little deceiving with a tough loss to a really good Ogallala and then Valentine team early in the year.
And bumping another foul, McCulley will be called for this one. Second foul of the quarter on Mullen. Again, don't forget, when we get down to the end of the basketball game, we will have our player of the game, and then we will have a quick chat with the player of the game and the winning head coach. It's a busy place here at Kearney High, as that three-pointer in the right-hand corner will not go for Tiedemann, and the rebound brought down by Hegland. Also, Kearney High has a high school swim meet that's going on here today at their aquatic center. So don't worry, there's plenty of parking out there, but that's what you want to see. A busy school, busy parking lot. That means something really neat is going on, and that's what we've got here. And again, thanks to Kelly Cooksley and Derek Rusher and all involved with the girls basketball showcase, as Hegland hits her second three-pointer, both in this quarter, 45-28. Long pass thrown away. You can see Coach Dent over there with a little bit of her enthusiasm. Also want to mention, not very often do you see a world champion rodeoer on the bench, and that's what they have over there in Stephen Dent, helping out these athletes. I joked with Coach K before the ball game about having that on the bench as the shot is brought down by Emma Strand. But, I mean, a young man, Stephen Dent, that was an outstanding all-state football player for Mullen. We mentioned some of the great athletes that they've had playing professional football, being top-of-the-line bronc riders or bull riders, but Stephen Dent here with this Mullen Ball Club here today and trying to add some of his professional wisdom, his athletic wisdom to this girls basketball team.
Remember the 8-man football Hall of Fame had 8,000 career yards or some obscene number.
Yeah, Stephen Dent, Corey Eichmeyer, two of the best all-time. 8th rebound there for Hilker as Arapahoe brings it into the front court and loses the basketball off the leg of Newman, so it'll stay Warrior basketball. So Arapahoe got out to a real quick start, and it's been kind of an even game since the end of the first quarter. But when you build an 18-point lead, you can handle that. Lob out top, Warriors work the right side of the lane, but then it slides away from them and out of bounds. Well, after today's game, Mullen will return home on Thursday night to take on Arthur County. And a double dribble called here on Mullen, so can't take advantage of it. And Arthur County, they've got Medicine Valley, Twin Loop, and Gordon Rushville before the MNAC conference later on this month. And unfortunately, this stretch of games for Mullen are not against anybody with a winning record right now. So a chance to maybe right the ship a little bit as Tiedemann gets an offensive putback. And the lead grows back out to a 47-28. Scrum again. Now Mullen having trouble handling the basketball like they did in the first quarter. And Arapahoe making them pay for it. Faking the three, looking at it. Schaefer couldn't get it away. Sawyer hands it off here to Sutton. And Sutton gets tripped up. 16 in the first half, only 2 points here in the third quarter.
Sutton's so hard to guard. She can hit the three. She can get to the rim driving. You've got to kind of pick your poison there a little bit with her. You get out too tight a three, she'll get right around you for an easy one, lay off, and she'll can the three on this. So she's a really tough player to guard.
There, fakes the three, just like you were talking about, was going to dish it inside, but threw it off the leg and out of bounds. So another inbounds play here for the Warriors of Arapahoe. Looking inside. Kicks it back to the outside and sets something up here. Arapahoe coming out of this game today will be going to Loomis on Tuesday. Highline comes in on Friday and Axtell on the 20th as they play some Fort Kearney Conference teams, and kind of the same story there. Loomis just a game below 500, but no top 10 competition until they get into the RPAC, but they'll see some in the RPAC, and then they come out with Alma, Brady, Cambridge, some pretty good basketball as they move into February when Arapahoe gets tested again. Looking to drive in, Strand puts it up too strong, and the rebound yanked down again by Donahoe. Haley hands it off to Jenna. Jenna wants to go coast to coast, bangs into the defender. Shot's no good, gets her own rebound, back up and in. Offensive board for Jenna Donahoe. She now has 9 points in the basketball game. Foul will be called on Hilker.
Nice effort you see there to stick with it and get that put back under some tough defensive pressure and contact.
Well, the Donahoe sisters are battling to see who's going to have the most points. Each have 9 right now. And Jenna's got a chance to get into double figures, but it won't go. And rebound pulled down by Newman, so they'll get another chance. Donahoe dribbles behind the backboard, and they're going to get called for a double dribble. So it was a quick start to the third quarter here for Mullen. They got it down to 12, but then Arapahoe went on an 8-0 run and currently maintains a 17-point lead. Donahoe picks the pocket, wraparound pass, knocked out of bounds. Everybody aware right now, getting their hands in the passing lane. Even after the turnover, Arapahoe didn't give up a quick layup.
You know, maybe doesn't feel like it just because Arapahoe jumped out to that 18-point lead at the end of the first, but it's been even, you know, down 17 now. Second and third quarters have been even on the scoreboard.
Ball gets kicked. As we said, Mullen made the trip out last night. Arapahoe played last night, took care of Medicine Valley, and then made the trip up this morning. So Bronco basketball, top of the key, pull up three. It's wide open, and it is good. McCauley. All the threes that Mullen has hit have been here in the third quarter. They only hustle to the other end, 47-33. trying to get the steal. Donahoe, it's loose. Mullen dives on it, and we will get the jump ball. And the arrow points the way of the Broncos. 42 seconds to go here in the quarter. You said the magic number was 10, Todd. They still have a chance. Down 14 with the ball, but they need to score on this possession. A little pressure into Donahoe in the front court, right through her hands. Runs it down, though. Back up top. Another open three, and this one is going to be short, and then it's going to go off the leg of Arapahoe and out of bounds. And that breaks the streak of 3 in a row made from three-point land. Good hustle by Hilger, but hit the baseline. So Mullen now could hold for the last shot, but probably scores at their first opportunity. Lob up top. Back into the corner for Licking and McCulling. She'll drive, take the jumper, no good. Offensive rebound and a foul. Newman, she hasn't scored in the game. She's got a couple of rebounds. She'll get 2 free throws, and Mullen right now is winning the battle of the boards. It was Arapahoe early, and that is one of the things that have kind of turned the tide here in this second half. And the free throw is on the way and good. So Chloe Newman, the sophomore, gets her first point of the showcase. Alma Thayer Central will be our second game, number 1 of 8. We're with you all day on NCN. And the free throw bounces around, no good, but we've got a lane violation on Arapahoe. Trying to hold her balance over there was Chloe Gooden. He says, let me get over here where I don't have to worry about that. So another chance for Newman. See if she can take advantage. And no, off the heel. Rebound brought down by Strand. Still 18 seconds here. Arapahoe into the trap. Good pass. Wrap around to Schaefer. Sutton will probably take it herself, as she does. Runs into the defender. And a good position there by Donahoe, but she reached for the basketball. And so Haley will pick up the personal foul. Only the 4th foul, but it was on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up for Sutton Schaefer. She's got a game-high 18 points. 16 of those were in the first half. And the free throw no good.
She's just a really impressive young player for Arapahoe.
You're going to see a lot of those as you continue to watch throughout the day. And again, doesn't matter. D2 to A, you're going to see some impressive play. Second free throw, no good. Hilker, though, got the rebound. Her stick back, no. How about a second chance here? Kick it out for the jumper that's good from 2 for Sutton Schaefer. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter of play. So Arapahoe hitting the boards there and getting a nice play at the buzzer as you see another one of those step-arounds by Sutton Schaefer, who now has 20 points in this basketball game and on her way to most likely being the player of the game. After 3, Arapahoe leads it 49-34 here on NCN.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Doug Duda, Todd Gatula, our producer-engineer, Danny Alvarado, the entire crew here, News Channel Nebraska Television at Kearney High School for the annual Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. And our privilege for the first time to be bringing you all 8 games here on NCN. Arapahoe was up 26-8 at the end of the first quarter, and we bounced back and forth between 12 and 21 ever since then. And Arapahoe will get the ball to start the fourth quarter up by 15.
Mullen actually outscored Arapahoe that quarter 18-14, so got a little bit of a leg up.
Arapahoe will try and pull away again here. As we said, this is going to be the best competition these teams see for a while, so need a good fourth quarter.
Great day of basketball here in Kearney. You mentioned 8 games. If you live in the area and love basketball, it's worth coming out and catching a few games, even if it's a couple teams you don't normally know or root for or see.
You're going to see a lot of these teams at the state tournament in March. Your first chance to see him here. Schaefer drives, one-hand runner on the right baseline, no good. Battles for her own rebound. She's able to save it. Chuck it out top here to Strand. 20 points for Sutton Schaefer, 11 for Sawyer Schaefer. For Arapahoe on the other side, Haley and Jenna Donahoe and Bryn McCulley all have 9 points. And a turnover here for the Warriors, unofficially 15 for Arapahoe, 19 for Mullen. And it's kind of going hand in hand, the Mullen turnovers to the Arapahoe points and lead. That has been the key in the first and third quarters especially, as McCulley able to save that pass. Kick it down, Donahoe open in the corner. Didn't take the baseline. Skip pass over on the right side. Get it to Jenna. Double teamed. Again, there's some openings if she can find it. Throw it up top. Looking to McCulley. McCulley drives. It's in and out, no good. Offensive putback and a foul. Donahoe will go to the line again. But free throw shooting has not been the friend of Mullen. They are 3 of 9 so far in the basketball game and 1 of 5 for Arapahoe.
Jenna averaging 8.4 points, 7 rebounds a game for the Broncos this season.
And the free throw skips out, no good. Looking had to go to the bench with her 4th personal foul here. And the second free throw short. And battling for the rebound, Strand will keep her position on the low block to get it. And now here come the Warriors. Long pass to break the press. Mullen hustles back. Doesn't give Sutton Schaefer a chance to get after it right away. But Sawyer will bury the 3. That about broke the net. It was so pure. Nice 3-point attempt. And the lead back to 18. Fast break the other way. McCulley off the window and in. Bryn having herself a nice second half. She's got 11 points now. 52-36. We're starting to see some transition here in the fourth quarter. Getting up and down the floor. Keep firing the 3, and it's good. Are they layups or are they 3-pointers for Sawyer Schaefer? She now has 17 in the ball game. The Schaefers have amassed 37 points here today for Arapahoe against the Donahoes 18.
She might have heard that little whisper when you said Sutton was in line for player of the game.
And now Riley Hegland with her 3rd 3 of the basketball game. Now we're starting to see some offense. 55-39. Donahoe tips it, but right into the hands of Schaefer. Lane open, drives in, and, well, there is a volleyball Harper Murray type block shot attempt by Jenna Donahoe, and you're going to get called for that every time. So personal foul on Jenna. That'll be her 3rd. And at the line will be Sutton Schaefer. She's just 1 of 4 at the line, 20 points in the ball game. And the free throw is good. 56-39. See the aggressive play there. A replay brought to you by Meade Lumber, making you feel at home, designed to finish. And the second free throw also is good. Take a look at our Visit Kearney scoreboard. Find it all in Kearney, 57-39. Arapahoe forcing the 20th turnover here for Mullen, and then a hand check foul as they come up the floor. 4 fouls already in the quarter now on Mullen. And that'll be the 4th foul on Donahoe. And it will be Arapahoe ball underneath their own hoop. Schaefer again putting the left-hand dribble to work. Hands it off to Gooden. And another long WNBA 3 is no good. Offensive rebound, Strand, though. And she is going to go back to the line and shoot 2. Don't forget our post game is coming up, brought to you by Custom Sports. From screen-printed T-shirts to jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. And free throw number 1 is good for Emma Strand. She's got 5 points in the basketball game. And a chance to build the lead right back to 20. And she does. So Strand hits them both. And we've got a timeout on the floor. With 5:23 remaining in the basketball game, it's Arapahoe 59, Mullen 39. Game 1 of 8 of the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase from Kearney on NCN.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Memorial Community Hospital and Health System. Proudly supports the Fort Calhoun Pioneers. We're on your team providing quality care close to home. And by News Channel Nebraska. Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Doug Duda, Todd Guttulo, welcome back to high school basketball here on News Channel Nebraska Television. 59-39 Arapahoe as we play out the fourth quarter here. And then Alma and Thayer Central right around 10:30 for game number 2. Arapahoe's going to continue to put some pressure on here and see what they can finish with Mullen already over their 51 points per game average here for this Warrior team. Donahoe gives it off on the right wing. McCulley brings it inside. Got stopped. Are we going to get a foul? Are we going to get a travel? Are we going to get a jump? Well, we're going to get a block that turns into a travel here. And Mullen, the unlucky 21 turnovers here in the ball game. Mullen also going to keep some pressure on, try to trap the ball, and they do. They tip it, they steal it away. That's number 16 for Arapahoe. Donahoe has her pass tipped away, and that will give Mullen a chance to get everybody down here in the front court and get a set play going with exactly 5 minutes to go in the game. Into Donahoe, free throw line jumper, and it is good for Haley. And she is into double digits, joining McCulley with 11 points apiece. Trying to find a way to force multiple turnovers. Donahoe, and it goes off the official, but that helps them out, and they're going to get a layup. Haley with the steal, Jenna with the bucket. Back-to-back turnovers for Arapahoe. This is how the start of the third quarter went as Mullen got a couple of quick buckets. You wanted that one, didn't you, Todd? Take that one. Put a Caitlin Clark up there for us.
That would have been deep.
But Schaefer decided to pull it back. Sutton dribbles into the double team. Back out top again. When that shot clock hits 15, Arapahoe's had it too long, and it's a three-pointer in the left corner. Chloe Gooden with her second bucket of the ball game. 3 threes here in the fourth for Arapahoe. They have 7 in the ball game. And another foul called here.
Great ball movement by Arapahoe, which we've seen all morning from them, but that was a perfect example of their offense today.
7 of 16 unofficially from three-point land for Arapahoe. 4 of 13 with all the makes in the second half for Mullen. We'll run it all down on the post-game show here on NCN. Turnaround jumper won't go, and Strand's in there to get the rebound. We'll also talk about our player of the game, brought to you by Nebraska Orthopedic Center. Still some basketball to be played. 8 boards already for Emma Strand. She's had a big second half of cleaning the glass here for the Warriors. Now you start thinking about how much longer will the starters be in? Do you change the pressure? Backdoor pass and a layup is going to be a foul that sends Hilker to the line. She hasn't scored here in this half, but it's not been so much about her. It's been about the great play of the Schaefer girls. Hilker was our player that we featured in the pregame, averaging the double-double. Won't probably get there today, but didn't need to. It was a different type of ball game.
A lot of balance on this team, as we'll see with a lot of these teams today, but they can hurt you a lot of ways and from a lot of different directions.
And a good mixture of seniors and underclassmen for a lot of these teams as well, which means big things ahead. Second free throw, no good. McCulley will clean the rebound and trying to hustle up the floor. Going to get dinged for the travel. Again, fans continuing to stream in. That first game is always hard because that's it. You're just going to have Mullen and Arapahoe and maybe a few of the local fans, and some will stay and some will get here early for games down the road. Alma Thayer Central coming up next. Schaefer putting on a dribbling exhibition. Kicks it over to Sawyer from Sutton. And the three-pointer that time is no good. Offensive rebound, no good. And now a foul underneath. And Strand's going to get to go back to the free throw line again. She's hit double digits in boards. And that is going to be it for Kelly Licking. She will foul out of the ball game here this afternoon with 3:07 remaining in the contest. And waiting for the substitution before the free throws can be shot. And Newman coming in. Against neither team went 8-9 deep on the bench, so that's impressive as well, able to keep this pace, especially for Arapahoe, up the way that they were doing things. And Strand's free throw off the front of the rim and in. Second free throw for Strand. And that's good as well. So 4 for 4 in the quarter for Emma. She's 2 points away from a double-double and the largest lead of the contest with 3 minutes to go. 65-43. And a reach-in foul going to be called on the Warriors. Tiedemann. It's only the third foul of the quarter, so we won't be shooting free throws just yet. But boy, impressive. Arapahoe on their way to 70 points in this basketball game. And they've hit 70 a couple at one time. Three-pointer good. That's the second three for McCulley. And if Mullen would have got a few of these to fall in the first half, we might have had a different basketball game. Timeout going to be called here by Arapahoe, getting a little trapped there on the baseline. The 30-second timeout, 2:43 remaining in the ball game. It's 65-46. Arapahoe on top, and we'll be back with more on NCN in a moment.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a family, all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Season high point total this year for Arapahoe is 71 that they put up against Maxwell on Tuesday. Sometimes it has to be a little bit more competitive game to be able to run that score like that. And this has been at least a competitive game here. Only had a couple three on the schedule, and they dropped one to Oberlin, Kansas, and then Southwest. I'm sure they'd like to get another crack at the Rough Riders. That was not their best night. Schaefer drives and has it swatted away by McCulley. Her second block. McCulley will come away with the loose basketball and give it off for another three-pointer for Heglin, but that one won't go. Another offensive rebound. Heglin cannot get this one to go. And coming out of there with it for the Warriors is Sawyer Schaefer. Again, trying to overplay the ball. Gives a layup in transition. And Hilger now with 9 points. Everybody starting to fill up that scorebook here for the starters in the fourth quarter. Broncos quick shot, no good. Rebound brought down by Sutton Schaefer. Well, I'll be honest with you, Todd. I didn't see this kind of a offensive output in the first game this morning, and it didn't take long. Arapahoe got after it immediately.
It's been a fun one. They can fill it up. Arapahoe sure can shoot it when they get going.
And Schaefer again can't clog the lane on her. Shot's no good. And out of bounds off of Arapahoe. Got a close-up down there on the baseline. Making new friends. 90 seconds to go. Mullen going to try and get this one a little bit closer. Had it to 12, but that's as close as they could get here in the second half. Heglin off the screen. Back over to McCulley. She'll try another three. It's good. Bryn McCulley, her third three. She's got 8 in the quarter and now 17 in the ball game to lead Mullen. 67-49. Looks like both teams may be content to just kind of play it out here. Nobody getting set to check in. Schaefer with the basketball. That pass to nobody in particular, and it will go out of bounds. So Arapahoe turns it over. And the Broncos will get one more chance here, you would think. Then Arapahoe could dribble it out if they wanted to. So Arapahoe will be 10-2. Mullen will drop to 6-4 with those losses to state-rated teams. Pass into the front court. They'll find Newman. How about a three for Donahoe? That's going to come up short, no good. And it's going to go out of bounds to Arapahoe with 36 seconds remaining in the game. So again, our player of the game and coaches' interviews coming up in the post-game show brought to you by Custom Sports. Stay with us for that. Then we'll get you into Alma and Thayers Central, which should get started really close to on time at 10:30. Ball poked away by Jenna Donahoe. Donahoe able to come away with it and then have it stripped out of her hands right back. They don't stop. Sutton Schaefer says, not on my watch, and a layup at the other end for Clara Hilger, giving her 11 points in the basketball game. 69-49. Mullen with one more opportunity if they can get a shot away. Instead, we are going to get a jump ball. It stays with the Broncos with 3 seconds to go. Instant replay brought to you by Beatrice Community Hospital. They'll get it in for the long-range three. Can Hegland put one more down? No, she can't. And that's the end of the basketball game. Well, it was all Arapahoe out of the gate, and then the last three quarters were even. Arapahoe 69 and Mullen 49. Arapahoe put up 26 in the first quarter to take a 26-8 lead and cruise on from there. We'll be back with our player of the game and coach interviews, final stats, and more. Game 1 of 8 is in the books at the 2026 Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together. NCN Sports is brought to you by Buffalo County Community Partners, because your life matters and help is always here. And by Midway Auto. For your next vehicle, go to thinkmidway.com.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you gotta check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
And welcome back with head coach Preston Blackmore. 69-49, Arapahoe, convincing win over Mullen. Coach, you jumped out on them 26-8 after one quarter. How important was that quick start in the result today?
That was really huge. That's kind of what gets us going in games. If we can get off to a good start and be able to hit some shots from the outside, kind of gave us a little bit of confidence. And we had a game last night and then get up this early to play. You didn't really know how we're going to respond, but to have that kind of energy from the start, kind of propelled us to get the win today.
I was going to say you might have to talk to AD about scheduling more 8:30, 8:40 games in the morning. Seems like you like them.
Yeah, the girls do a pretty good job with morning practices. I think they like it because they're usually shorter, but maybe we do need to do that.
Well, and talking about how you've been playing, against Maxwell on Tuesday, you put up 70, nearly 70 again against Mullen. What is going on right now, going right for your team that's allowing for this offensive production?
Lately we've had some girls step up and hit some shots from the outside. I mean, Sutton and Sawyer today were great from the outside, hitting some threes. That got us going, and a couple nights ago we had Emma and Chloe doing that. And then kind of our pressure, our defense usually kind of gets us going a little bit. We can get some steals to get out running and get some easy buckets out in transition. So, I mean, we like to try to play fast and not have to worry about running an offense. So I think that kind of helps sometimes.
Well, Coach, congrats on the big win. We're going to bring in Sutton now and see what she has to say. But awesome job, great win.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, let's bring in Sutton Schaefer. 1 point shy of a career high, 22 points, so that's still pretty good. So when you talk about what you did this morning, what was working for you, and was it the early game that allowed you to do so well?
Well, I came out and I shot some threes and they kept going in, so I just got really confident in my shot and I just kept shooting, kept chipping away.
And we're talking about the offensive production lately, and not only you, but your twin sister was scoring a lot as well, so I imagine playing with her was fun today, but throughout the season, what has that been like for you two?
Yeah, it's really fun. Just built our connection off and on the court, so it's really fun playing with her and just building a connection together.
All right, well, how do you keep the momentum rolling for the rest of this season after this really good result?
Just keep going and getting better every day.
All right, it's simple. Keep getting better every day. Put up 22, 23 points, and your team will probably do all right. Sutton Schaefer, our player of the game. Doug, back up to you in the booth.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Yeah, what a game. 22 points, 4 rebounds, numerous steals in the game for Sutton Schaefer, and that'll take us into our highlights and top plays of the first game here today. And again, thanks so much to our player of the game sponsor, Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination, as we take a look at some of the highlights of today's opening game. As we said in the first quarter, got off to a hot start here for Arapahoe, and there's one of the three-pointers that Schaefer hit today. She had 3 threes in the first half of play, and she just keeps raining them down, 22-6. And finally, Mullen and Donahoe able to knock something down, but 26-8, Todd, and that really was the story of the game. Both teams kind of settled in, as we said, played even. Donahoe and Mullen finally got some half-court offense and able to get some of those shots inside, but it was still, every time they did something, they were raining it down on the other end.
Yeah, just one of those situations where too big of a hole too early and just couldn't overcome it and get back into it.
Well, it was 35-16 at the half. Mullen got a quick start. They came out, got a couple of buckets. Here's one of the threes knocked down by Riley Hegland. She had 3 threes in the second half. They eventually cut it to 12, but then once again, some turnovers and great defense. Here is Sawyer knocking down a layup. Then into Emma Strand. She was named the defensive player of the game. Another 3 for Hegland in the second quarter, where they actually outscored Arapahoe, but when you had that big of a deficit, just couldn't get it under 10 points. Hegland with her 3rd 3 of the second half for Mullen. And the shots did go for Mullen, but like we said, unable to have enough to come all the way back. Good game there for Jenna Donahoe. But another 3 in the corner from Gooden. One of her 2 buckets in the ball game. And Arapahoe was able to cruise it on home here in the fourth quarter and win it by a score of 69-49. We'll come back and give you the final stats and give you what's ahead right after this on NCN.
The postgame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. NCN Sports is brought to you by Memorial Community Hospital and Health System. Proudly supports the Fort Calhoun Pioneers. We're on your team providing quality care close to home. And by News Channel Nebraska. Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at We got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
And welcome back to Kearney High. Doug Duda along with Todd Gatula. Let's take a look at some of the final stats we had. First off for Mullen, Bryn McCauley actually led the way today with 17 points, couple of blocks, couple of rebounds. Riley Hegland, 3 threes in the second half, 9 points, 6 rebounds and a block. Chloe Newman had a point and 3 rebounds. Haley Donahoe, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Jenna Donahoe, 11 points and 7 rebounds, 16 points in the first half. 33 in the second half, 49 points, 25 rebounds, 3 of 11 from the free throw line, 6 of 17 from three-point land. That meant 6 of 10 in the second half. 3 blocks, but 23 turnovers as Mullen now 6 and 4. For Arapahoe, Emma Strand, 8 points, 10 rebounds and a block. Chloe Gooden, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Sawyer Schaefer, 17 points, a rebound. Riley Tiedemann, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Clara Hilker, she averages a double-double, had 11 points and 10 rebounds. And Sutton Schaefer, our player of the game, 22 points, 4 rebounds. 35 in the first half and 34 in the second half. The 69, Todd, is just 3 points shy of the girls' basketball showcase record of 72.
Yeah, a lot of points on the board, fast and furious early, and they toned down a little bit, but a really nice showing for Arapahoe. A lot of firepower on that team. They're going to be fun to watch the rest of this year.
31 rebounds. They were 8 of 13 at the line, 7 of 17 from three-point land, 19 turnovers. Arapahoe now 10 and 2 on the season. They'll play at Loomis on Tuesday. Of course, you can follow NCN Sports everywhere, Facebook, X. We're on, of course, YouTube and all the other fun ways to follow along with the NCN Sports. And now here is 1 down and 7 more to go here from the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Up next, we'll be getting into the Alma-Thayer Central contest. Then later on today, Oakland-Craig Cross County, one of the featured matchups. Millard North out of Class A against Pender, the two-time defending D1 champions, now in C2 this year. Event organizer Kelly Cooksley is the coach at Broken Bow. His team will play Fort Calhoun. And not that they're not all going to be good, but these last 3, holy moly, you got 4 teams in C1 in those 5, 10, and 650 games. It could be the state semifinals. Ogallala, Milford, Central City, Malcolm, and then the host Kearney will finish up with Gothenburg here tonight. And that is our NCN postgame, brought to you by Custom Sports. From screen-printed T-shirts to jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at customsportsco.com. 8 in a row. That means we just keep rolling along. And Todd will take a quick break and get ready for Alma and Thayer Central. It's coming up next here from Kearney High on the Girls Basketball Showcase, NCN Television.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care.